again, I'll repeat this, it's against the rules at Real for me to try to sell you, oh, you can get my paid coaching for free and all that stuff. Like, we can't do that. And I love that. I love that because for me and other people, those are two separate things. And when you start mixing it, it causes those issues.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today, as you can see, I have a very special guest. We have Bryan, and we want to talk to you about how our transition to Real Broker has been. Obviously, if you have been watching our channels, if you've been watching our videos for a very long time, you know that we were a part of eXp Realty, and we had a great time there for the past couple years. And obviously, at the end of last year, there were some few changes, some transitions going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and also let you know how the past couple months have been at Real. So
In
let's go ahead and get
Espanol
started.
or in English?
This is in English.
This is in English. I'm getting confused now, shooting all this content in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, we did our thing. You guys can reference, I mean, maybe you can link it, the videos that we've done
Yeah.
in English explaining some of the more details, but timing, opportunity, stuff happened, it lined up, and we ended up moving to Real. And so far, so good. We've been with them for 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm building up my organization. I have almost 100 people already. It's been great. I have nothing bad to say. The corporate team and the leadership has been fantastic. The transition for the team was super easy because I know I had to have like contracts signed and turned in with eXp to run my team the way that I ran it. I just gave Real a breakdown of the roster, how we ran things, the splits, the structure, and they just honored it straight out, no questions asked. That to me was fantastic. They've been sharing our stuff on social media, which is amazing. So yeah, everything is a thumbs up. Everything is good. And I guess maybe over time we'll be able to say what we don't like and what we do like. But so far it's been nothing but positive. I don't know if you've had the same experience.
It has been a great experience. I have noticed that any other agents that I have met, the collaboration is so much more than where we were at previously.
Yeah.
I have been able to connect with other agents out here. We're doing events, we're teaching other agents, and the culture and the environment just feels different. Nothing against, where we were at previously. And if you're watching this video, this is just our personal experience, and we just wanted to share because it seems that a lot of agents out there feel that this company is new, but it was actually founded back in 2014.
Yeah.
It wasn't until recently that it has started to take off. And we have noticed, and if you're watching this, you probably have seen a lot of agents that have also been making this switch. So yeah, for me personally, it has been a great experience. I have been taking a lot of advantage of Workplace, which is very similar to, what eXp has. The trainings, everything has been amazing. The leadership, corporate, everyone is just a little bit more hands-on. I feel that, they're people we can reach and connect with on an individual level. I know that you have the cell phone numbers even to some of the leadership.
Yeah.
So yeah, our experience has been great.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. And we've made some changes too. Like I decided to be a lot more active this time on building my network. I built up a pretty big organization, downline, whatever you want to call it, at eXp, passively just with my social media. This time I've been a lot more active about attracting people. And I think I have like 80 or 85 people right now, most of which are like broker owners, team leaders, and just the quality of people that I've attracted to the company has just been top notch. Like 90% of my downline is like producing team leaders, broker owners, or people at that level. And I made the decision when we switched that that's really who we wanted to surround ourselves with anyway. And that's just who's been coming to us and who we've been reaching out to. And that to me is one of the biggest differences night and day, is the type of people who are reaching out to me to ask me questions about Real compared to eXp. It's different.
Yeah.
With eXp, it was vast majority new agents. With Real, it's already people who are producing, veterans. So that has been one of the biggest like eye openers for me, for sure.
Yeah. And if you're kind of wondering, what the deal is with Real, what do the splits look like and things like that. So the splits are 85-15. There are no monthly fees. Just like eXp, they have the ability to do revenue share, but the difference is that we have co-fractional revenue share, which means that let's say there's an agent that wants to join the company. Instead of them having to pick only one sponsor, now they can name two people, which eliminates, the competition and, the sharky attitudes of, oh no, I'm talking to them, they're mine, or someone else comes and steals. And maybe you can relate to that if you're part of eXp, because we hear it all the time.
And then when you join, you don't get necessarily the door closed to you with the other organizations. They made it the opposite. Like you can't deny somebody going to your trainings and being involved with your network because they're not underneath you in your downline.
Yeah.
Which I love because then it just eliminates that. And maybe that wasn't the intention when they started out, but that was created because people saw opportunity, and I get it, right? I get it, but they've put things in place to stop that from happening, which I think is fantastic. Because now, whether you join with me, Loida, you put both of us, you put her and somebody else, you get access to everything, and we've been involved. I mean, I've gone and I've spoken on stage now 4 or 5 times
Yeah.
with people who aren't even in my organization because they invited me, and we all work together, and I think that's great. And you, the agent who joins, that benefits you even more because you have access to everybody, and you don't have to be like, oh, well, if I join this one, I only have access to this one. You have access to everybody, and I think that makes your decision that much easier.
Yeah, and going
Yeah.
back to collaboration, I am partnering up with another agent out here in South Florida, and we're going to be hosting events for agents out here at our office. So if you're in South Florida, make sure that you're following me on Instagram so that you know exactly when we're doing those. And even with Bryan, we're doing stuff, for agents in English and in Spanish. Out here in South Florida, there's a lot of Spanish speakers. And, we just have had a great experience at this company. And you're probably wondering, oh, well, it's the same thing. Why did you even switch? It's not the same thing. It might seem like a very similar model, but what would you say is probably one of the biggest differences that maybe you hadn't seen or hadn't thought of until you made the switch?
Well, I mean, one of the top reasons that I moved, and this is key for anything in life, is timing. The timing was perfect,
Hmm.
right? And a lot of times you ask people, even people who are like, what's one of the latest crazes, like Bitcoin? People that got into it or didn't,
Yeah,
man, if I could go back to like 2010, I would have gotten into Bitcoin. But what was that? Timing back then, if you got into it. So that for sure. There's so many I can say, but really, uh, I would say a lot. We've been with them for 5 or 6 months now. The rate of growth has surprised
oh
me.
yeah,
Like, it's just
me too.
insane, right? Again, the quality of people reaching out to me, that for sure surprised me. I mean, you could say maybe I expected it, but for it to be as frequent and the quality of people reaching out to me, I thought was fantastic. Um, a lot of people kind of really in support of the decision, right? Because like even when I released the YouTube video, like ton of people were like, "Oh man, like good for you!" Like, and I wasn't sure what the response would be. That surprised me. The accessibility to the leadership,
Yeah.
and their willingness to like listen, and hey, if you have suggestions, let us know.
Hmm.
That to me was great, and that kind of surprised me a little bit. But just another one, leaving us alone too. Like I'm my own person, right? Your business is your business, and how you conduct your business, 100%. Do it ethically, do it correctly. But what you do in your free time, that's your own business. They don't cross that line, which I love, right? Because I'm a content creator, I'm a business owner, I do my own thing.
Yeah.
I don't want people telling me how to live my life and all that, and they're not doing that, which I think, and they're in support of not doing that, which to me is fantastic. I don't know if I answered your question. I maybe gave you 5 or 6 there, but it's just it's been really really cool. And I guess the last one would be so many other networks like inviting me to go speak at their events and be a part
Yeah.
of what they're doing. I think is really really cool, and you just never saw that before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, question that I'm pretty sure the people watching want to know is that obviously, we're Team BC. We left eXp for a reason.
Yeah.
Why not just start our own brokerage?
Well, this type of model that eXp proved works, I can't replicate that, and I benefit from it, and
Yeah,
so do you, and so does the
exactly.
team, you know? And to me, it's like, why? I get it, right? Start your own brokerage. I totally get it. I thought about it. That's the crossroads I was at. Start my own thing or join a company like Real. And when I weighed out everything, pros and cons, it just made sense to join Real. Really
Yeah.
simple as that.
And since then, we have partnered up with a lot of agents. So right now we have South Carolina, North Carolina, Canada,
Georgia,
Georgia, Massachusetts,
Massachusetts,
all over. So
Texas, California. I just added somebody in Arizona. We have somebody in Idaho too, Montana.
mhm.
Like we've already,
So
yeah.
it's growing. This company, you're probably hearing a lot more buzz about it now, but it's going to continue growing. A lot of amazing changes, the platform, everything that they have to offer, the resources. It's
Oh,
really
Washington too,
something.
Seattle. I know I'm interrupting with Seattle.
See,
Greg joined us
oh,
and
yeah,
his
that's
team.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, this company, obviously, these are people
yeah,
that might have been looking at other companies, but now they're weighing their options. They're seeing,
yeah.
maybe this is a good opportunity. And when we switched previously to EXP, we were at Keller Williams,
Yes.
and we got the same question from agents. Oh, well, why EXP? Because it's a newer company. It was, I mean, I think we were around 11,000 when we joined, And now it's, I don't even know how many agents there are.
Like
But
80,000, something like that.
at the end of the day, if you're watching this, if you've been looking for a change, only you are going to know when you're ready. Because I know that when we were at Keller Williams, we had agents at eXp that were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you got to switch over." And we're like, "No, we're good."
Yeah.
Like, don't be bugging us about
Yeah.
it.
And like you shouldn't like come to me. And again, this isn't like directly at anybody, but don't ask somebody to like sell you on why to join, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to move and you're thinking about it or you're exploring it, you want to look at the opportunity, then look at it. But like some people come in like, well, sell me on why to move. It's like, dude, I'm not going to do that. Like, I don't have to do that, and I wouldn't want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to me, the benefits of this model when you compare it to any other traditional model long term, just objectively, it makes sense. Right, it just makes sense. But again, if somebody, there's more to it than just that. If you're happy at your brokerage and all
Yeah.
that, then cool, then stay. I'm not gonna tell you otherwise, right? But again, if you're ready or you're open to the conversation, then definitely hit us up and we can talk. Again, it's against. Again, I'll repeat this. It's against the rules at Real for me to try to sell you. Oh, you can get my paid coaching for free and all that stuff. Like we can't do that, and I love that. I love that because for me and other people, those are two separate things. And when you start mixing it, it causes those issues. And I don't want that. I don't want that. And I totally love that. And I stand by the fact that the company did that for sure. And
Yeah.
I think long term, that's going to be very beneficial for them.
And I think for us specifically,
Yeah.
and for any agent that is producing or is a team leader or broker, we're going to be successful no matter what company we're with. So at the end of the day, we want to align ourselves and be a part of something that we know is going to benefit us. It's going to benefit our team and agents and just everyone down the line.
Absolutely.
So that's it for this video. Now you have the inside scoop of how we feel about Real and being at the company for the last 5 months. See you on the next one.